When you're looking for a Japanese first flush tea and you come across the labels Shincha and Ichibancha, you might think, oh, are these the same or different? In this video, we'll break it down so you'll know exactly what those two words mean, and you'll be able to choose your next tea with confidence. Hi, I'm Yuki, I'm the founder of Tea Life, and here we break down Japanese tea so you can become a Japanese tea expert. Let's start with Ichibancha. Ichibancha means tea number one. In Japan, you count number one, number two, number three as Ichiban, Niban, Sanban. So Ichibancha is, in a way, it's a way of counting the number of harvests. So Ichibancha again is tea number one, it's the first flush tea. After Ichibancha comes Nibancha, which is tea number two, the second flush tea. And after Nibancha comes Sanbancha, which is, you guessed it, it's the third flush tea. So if you're looking for first flush tea and if you find a tag that says Ichibancha, then you found it. That's exactly what you're looking for. That's the first flush tea. Now let's move on to Shincha. What is Shincha? Shincha is actually the same thing as Ichibancha. They're both first flush tea. Those two terms are used basically interchangeably. So if you're looking for a first flush, if you find Shincha or Ichibancha, both of them would basically do. Now, however, if it's 100% the same word, I wouldn't be making a video on this, obviously. So there are slight nuanced differences in these two words. So let me explain about this a little bit. Shincha is written new tea, and it's a way to indicate that it's a tea that's just freshly released. It's a way to indicate that it's something called this Hatsumono. This Hatsumono concept is actually very important in Japanese culture. It means that it's the first appearance of usually a food that comes out in the season. And the idea is you want to eat it while it's fresh. By doing so, Japanese people believe that it's very auspicious. It symbolizes renewal, good fortune, longevity. There's even a saying that if you eat Hatsumono, you're able to extend your life for 75 days. So that's not a bad deal, isn't it? Hatsumono is naturally not just for tea. There's several other foods that go by this concept. And one of the most famous ones, perhaps, is the shinmai, which is new rice. That's very important for Japanese culture. Other examples could be shinbudo for grapes and hatsugatsuo for bonito. So there's also other numerous examples of Hatsumono, and these are all very important and highly celebrated in the Japanese culture. So compared to the word Ichibancha, which is more of an agricultural way of explaining the quality of the tea, the word Shincha is more of an implication on the celebration of the spring season itself. So although again, these words are used interchangeably and the lines are extremely blurred, you would see the word Shincha perhaps a little bit less after July. From July, you won't really see the word Shincha being used for packages too often anymore. In terms of the taste, there really isn't too much of a fundamental difference. As I mentioned, they're actually the exact same thing. It just depends on the timing you drink the tea at. So if you drink it earlier, right after harvesting, you might have a little bit more of the vibrancy and the freshness of the taste. So depending on the timing and depending on the quality of the tea, you might get some of that. However, even if it's later on in the year, if it's a first flush tea that's produced by a quality producer, they will still have the tea leaves stored in very optimal conditions after the harvesting. So it'll still be actually very fresh and the taste will be equally good. What I would actually advise against is stocking up too much on Shincha bags thinking that that's the freshest thing in the market, because if you don't finish them early, it's basically the same thing. It's going to reduce in quality as time goes on. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn about Japanese tea in details that no other channels will go through, then do subscribe to the channel and register for our free newsletter from the link below.